Well, as the birds are singing and cars are driving by in the neighborhood, I get put in an MBT video, and man, I did not realize how cringe I was 10 years ago. Also, got a cancer health update for y'all, so let's dive on into it, shall we? Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is your host with the most, Avery LR32 here. Really hope y'all are having a great day. If you're new to the channel because you came here from MBT's video of my cringe self, Jesus Christ. Destroy the ever-living boo-boo stain off that like and subscribe button. So that I guess we can finally get to 1,800 subscribers, even though I just quit Yu-Gi-Oh! a month and a half ago. Which it's funny that MBT opened that video in a new tab and then they didn't show it in the video. So like, I don't know if he actually watched it or not. I'm hoping that he did, because like, if you're new to the channel and like you don't watch my content, like it doesn't really make sense. But it is what it is, man. I hope y'all are having a good life. Hope you're having a fantastic day. I wanted to make this video primarily because of the fact that, yeah, MBT had me in one of his videos. For those of you who don't watch his stuff, I don't have any problem with MBT. I thought it was hilarious because of how cringe I was. I have no issues with it. It was really funny. But basically, he does this series, I guess, where he goes like back in time and looks at like old YouTube videos and stuff and does deck profiles and stuff. Well, the one he did with me, which I don't know how he found it in the fucking algorithm, because like no one watched it because the deck was dog shit. But basically, he found a video of mine from 10 years ago where I had pulled this deck list from a writer on TCG Player, which used like a Gusto Pilica monster with like a level 8 worm tuner thing, and then it used a monster, it's like an old flip effect monster called like Cheap or something, and then you played like 3 copies of Cockatoo and like a Debris Dragon, whatever. And then you could use Cheap whenever it's flip face up to summon out this 2700 attack bird that like had a Tragodia-esque effect where it could take control of monsters. The deck is garbage by today's standards. It's playing 3 Mirror Force and Fiendish Chain and shit like that, but this was 10 years ago, right? So the deck wasn't mine. I pulled it from a TCG Player writer. And I did that even before like I quit Yu-Gi-Oh! Sometimes I would look at articles and things as cards drive by and don't want me to talk. I would make videos and things, I would look at articles and like maybe copy the deck and talk about it, things like that. And so MBT had included me in his video and was like, you know, 2 minutes in and you're not even talking about the deck, you're talking about Screencast-O-Matic, which was basically a version of like unregistered Hypercam, as the whale drinks some soda. And I remember like I couldn't get it to work for a while back in the day. It was so bad. Like, this was before my dumbass decided to use OBS, I guess, for like screen recording. And this was before Windows Game Bar was a thing. So like on, you know, Windows, you can just hit Windows G or Windows R or whatever it is. I think it's Windows G. And then you can record your screen. So it was before all of that. It was so bad. It was so cringe. But I mean, like, you don't know, right? The one thing though that I do wish that MBT would have done would have been like, hey, let's look at some of his other stuff to see if he's actually improved at all. Because you have to keep in mind, like, I have scripted videos on the channel. Like, some of my most viewed videos are scripted ones. I've got the whole Yu-Gi-Oh! Retrospective series where I've talked about, you know, GOAT format, Edison format, things like that, Dad Return format, Teledad, all that stuff. I would have really appreciated if he had showed off some of those videos so that it's not just like, oh, hey, he posted 10 years ago and was shit, and now he's still shit. So, but it is what it is. I thought it was hilarious. I showed my dad, because if you keep up with the channel, you know that he and I used to both play Yu-Gi-Oh! Together. He thought it was hilarious, and like it was so funny. And I joked around with him. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna make a video and be like, MBT sent me all this hate, and like just talk a bunch of shit and start drama. And I don't care, man. I don't give a fuck. Like, it was 10 years ago, dude. Who cares? Like, the only thing that's really happened negatively is like I've gotten some hate. And like, if you go to the video right now, there's only one comment on the video, which is someone saying like, yo, this is a sick deck, which I appreciate. Thank you. Even though the deck is shit now. But I have gotten some hate, and like they've gone into the held for like review section because for those of you who don't know, back when I had 900 subscribers, I even made a video about it. Someone randomly came to my house, which was not welcomed. It was not appreciated. So after that kind of happened, I really kind of took YouTube more seriously at that point in time, because I was really trying to build up the channel at the time, was trying to build a name for myself and all that jazz. And so I really started to like kind of rein in like making sure my comment section is not full of creeps. So there have been some hate comments and things that I've just deleted. I mean, it's gonna happen. Like, no matter, like, even I've seen people that have like gotten positive shout outs from people, and then they'll still get like some hate comments. So like, of course I'm gonna get some hate comments on a video like this that's roasting my 10-year-old video, and it's like, okay, it's the fucking internet. Like, if you put yourself out there, it's gonna happen. It is what it is. But thank you, MBT, for giving me a shout out on my channel that's basically dead. I mean, I originally said when I was quitting Yu-Gi-Oh! I'll still talk about Yu-Gi-Oh! From time to time, but like, I haven't even really touched the game. I've seen some of the new cards that have been coming out in like Burst Protocol and things like that, but you know, like I've said before ad nauseum, the new time rules just rubbed me the wrong way, and I really don't care. Now, in terms of health update, because that was something that I did talk about in my leaving Yu-Gi-Oh! Video. So the cancer update is that I actually was able to get health insurance. I ended up getting this job that's a work from home job, so I get to be in my fucking pajamas all day while I work, which is great. But it's a 6-month contract job that you get like health insurance and benefits, 401k, excuse me, 401k and all that jazz on day one. And then there's the potential to be a regular full-time employee, not contracted, after my 6-month contract is up. So things are looking up for me right now. Things are great. You know, I really thought that this was going to be my last year, and I really thought that, you know, things weren't going to work out for me. And it's nice to see that it looks like things are really improving. Things are really getting better. And, you know, maybe you're coming from MBT's video and you want to check out the content. I've got years, clearly, of fucking content that you can certainly watch and enjoy. And I still try to respond to comments when I get the notifications and things like that. Do keep in mind that if you reply to one of my comments, I don't get the notification unless you tag me in the comment. Then usually my phone will, you know, ding me and I can see it and try to respond and all that jazz. But man, MBT got me in the nostalgia feels. I started going back through old videos and was like, man, what the hell was I talking about? Like, you think in the heat of the moment, you know, like at that moment in time, you think you know what you're talking about, and then you look back and you're like, what the fuck was I talking about? And you realize you didn't know your head from your ass and a hand trap from the ground. Like, it was so bad, so bad. Videos you thought were so good were so dog water. It was hilarious. So I thought it was funny that MBT was like roasting me. I still genuinely, I want to know how he found that video in the algorithm, because it didn't get a lot of views at the time. So like, how are you even able to find it 10 years ago in the algorithm? I don't know, but I would love to know what other videos of mine pop up. I know, like, if you type in my name, just my YouTube name, AVRLR32, I have videos from like 13, 14 years ago that still pop up in the feed, which is really weird because it's not like I've updated the tags for those or anything, or any of like the search engine optimization for it. So if you like what you see, feel free to subscribe and check it out. I post pretty much just whatever I feel like talking about, which is why like I hated on Pokemon. ZA was dog shit, which is why like I'm talking about COD Zombies now. It's not because I'm a COD channel, it's just because that's the current game I'm playing. I talked for months about wanting to do an Expedition 33 video where I like scripted and went in depth with the story and all that, and I never got around to it. I just don't really have the time, unfortunately. But it's funny to see that I guess my name is still getting around somehow. But yeah, no, it was appreciated. I got a good laugh. That was a funny roast. That was a really funny roast. But, you know, I'm not going to sit here and get my willies all in a Jimmy about it. It's like, who gives a shit? None of us knew what we were doing 10 years ago. So, to the haters, hi, I guess. I'm sure that there's going to be some people that are like, oh, you're still cringe 10 years later. Okay, Sugar Boo Bear, what the fuck ever. Like, who cares? Guys, thanks for watching. Let me know what you think. Thanks again, MBT. I got a good laugh. I'll see y'all in the next video.